Space 1999 was the last sunset for the team which had started work together as a small cottage industry in Slough. The last members of the team who had worked with Jerry for so long finally disbanded. Jerry's working relationship with ATV came to an end after 17 years.
When Space 1999 finished, the Third World War was breaking out at ATV, and there were people at work undermining Lou. And Lou became, understandably, preoccupied with defending his position. And so Lou didn't give me any shows at that time.
For the first time ever, Jerry's career hit a hiatus. But in 1982, after 5 years, Jerry and the puppets returned.
Terrahawks, stay on this channel. This is an emergency.
We have a very bright child here.
Thank you, Granny Zelda.
What's wrong with the back of its head?
What's wrong with the front of yours, you slobber schnitzel?
It's like that because we brought him out too soon.
We had to, or else he would have been late for his birthday.
Is he for real, mein Grandmother?
I'm afraid so.
He knew I could do Zelda because I told him about how I got into RADA playing Grandma Buggins. And Grandma Buggins was like that. I had a whistle, and I could still do it. And I said, I love doing old ladies. And he said, can you do another old lady? So I said, yes, I can do a toothless old lady. She was a very old lady who used to take in washing. She had no teeth at all, and she's real. She came from Dorset. And she used to say, she had a sister too, who was very much like that. She went to a different school, and they both lived in Dorset. And it was lovely, and I was interviewed when I was 16 doing these for some, I think it was In Town Tonight with Cary Grant. This old lady was very delighted to meet Cary Grant, she was. And anyway, that's how he'd heard about that. Ruined my vocal cords, though. I could never sing again. And that's true. I had a high soprano voice, and after Zelda going, I couldn't sing again. If I do now, it's like a sort of bass.
Did you think about Claims Are Us?
Silence! How dare you speak to me like that? You, a mere human being.
Human? But aren't you?
No, I am not. My people were once the slaves of humans on our planet. We were their robots. But soon our intellect was greater than that of our creators. So we destroyed them.
Your android.
When I first went down to Bray Studios, he showed me a photograph of the puppet of Neinstein, who at the time had no hair. And he said, and the puppet looked like Humphrey Bogart. And he said, so I was kind of thinking about Humphrey Bogart. Let's try it. So I was going, okay, I do Bogart, it's not a problem. Terrahawks, stay on this channel. This is an emergency. Themes are simple. I never did meet one who didn't understand a slap in the mouth or a slug from a 45. And he said, we all make mistakes, kid. That's why there's rubbers on the end of pencils. What a great line.
That's a great line.
He said, it doesn't work. So, oh dear. And then he said, so this is him in terms, being the way he was. He said, well, who's your favourite impression? And at the time it was Jack Nicholson. He said, well, do me Jack Nicholson. So, hi there, this is Jack Nicholson here. We're all kind of a little crazy here. And he said, like that, but not.
Impersonation.
He said, it's just not, it's not dynamic. It's not leader. So keep the Jack, make him a leader. And that's how, Terrahawks stay on this channel. It's Jack Nicholson, but it's not as like Terrahawks.
For space sake, Zero, not now. Attention!
Right, man. That's the avenue. This is it.
I think the Zeroids were great creations. No one had ever had a ball as a sort of robot before. And Windsor Davis, obviously, taking the biscuit as Sergeant Major Zero. Only he could have done it. There is nobody else. And it was what I found very interesting about Windsor, where we're all multitasking as far as characters are concerned. But Windsor, bless him,
You know, could only talk like that. Could not talk like anything else.
you know.
I wouldn't either.
No, I think he was born in the
Refused.
army. And apart from once, we had one episode when one of I think it was a Zeroid, was wounded. and we needed a doctor. And Windsor, I think the only other character he played in the programme, he said, I will be the doctor. And Jerry said, OK, well, how do you think the doctor's going to be, Windsor? And he went, I think it's going to be like this.
101. 101. Open fire. What have I done?
They have opened fire.
Yes, Elder. This has got to be the end.